Hey everybody, Shay here. Welcome back to another blind let's play of The Lion's Song. We're going to be playing episode 4 right now. So it's going to be from the end of the last episode. The premise of this will be that we're going to be basically re-experiencing the first 3 chapters as from different perspectives from other characters that were in the tales for these 3 characters. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's see where this goes. So I think we're starting on the train. So, Venner Neustadt train station. Oh, I mean, okay. Usually there's a little scene. So I was waiting for a little scene to kick off. So, given that the train has stopped just for me, the dispatcher seems awfully calm that I'm not boarding. Venner Neustadt. I haven't been here long. And I'm leaving again already. The Schneeberg. Father owns a large hut up there. Oh, look at that. Abandoned platform. Oh. Not a soul around to say goodbye. Abandoned platform. Looks like I'm the only one departing. Board the train. Caboose number 6, it's time. What was my compartment again? Where's my blasted ticket? What compartment did it say? Was it 9? I don't know, just check each one and say hi. Can I must be in the wrong car. Compartment door. Is this? Oh, excuse me. Not the right one. It's alright. Knock knock. Good day. Oh, I'm sorry. Passenger. He seems quite engrossed in that book. I'm not in the mood for a conversation anyway. I just want to find the right compartment. We'll work our way there. Oh, plaque. What's the plaque say? I can't read it. No. Neither can I. Plaque. Empty. Definitely not my compartment. Oh. That was a 6, not a 9. This is the right compartment. Is this seat taken? How far are you going? All the way to the end of the line? Aren't we all? Closure. Maybe this will be a shorter episode. That was a really quick entry. Premise. Prologue. Ouch. Did someone fall off their seat or... Gentlemen, excuse me. Traveling far? What do you think? I'm headed south for a vacation. Is there any news? No front page. Only local news. Oh, marker. Oh, the illustration. Yeah. The university, professor, violin. Anything about Vienna? Oh, cool. Cavan to repeat success. Cavan to repeat success concert at Music Viren. Merkert's new exhibition. Great success. Everything's a great success. Famous professor refocuses research. Oh, I can actually click. Let's go. A concert at Music Viren. Author Cavan. An Author Cavan musical production. Yes. Do you know him? I met him once. He came to our village. There's an article about an exhibition opening. Franz Markert. The portrait artist. Portrait artist, you call him. How about the genius? The shooting star. Oop, his art has so much truth to it. A former professor at the mathematics faculty at the University of Vienna. Zahler, the mathematician? Yes. That's what it says. Achievement. Newsworthy. Anything else? We have... put away the paper. Put away the paper. Okay. Well, I guess I talked to you here. The Metamorphosis. I believe this is yours. Thank you. Elements of Change. I think this book fell out of your luggage. Oh, thanks. Venus in First. Yours? Thank you. Photograph. A photograph of a few students. You must have dropped it. Your photograph? Oh, yes. Thank you. Excuse me. Yes? What brings you on this train today? Same as you, I bet. Yes? Who are the people in that photo? That's nosy, but okay. That next to you. That's Professor Reshnishek and her class. Her? The first woman lecturer in mathematics at the university. That's me in the front there. Oh, that's nice. She was one of the best lecturers I had at the university. The university has women lecturers? Her position wasn't official, but Professor Nenner invited her to speak often to his class. She tutored students as well. I had no idea. Professor Reshnishek was funny too. She always managed to make us understand highly complex concepts, and she told great jokes too. A whole number of them. I just came up with that one right now. About a year ago. That that way the change can be maintained, forming a new state over time. Knock, 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 not clap? What? That seemed like an error. Theodore, did you understand what we just heard? You didn't pay any attention again, did you? No, I did. But it was far easier to follow Professor Nenner's lessons. Oh, don't pretend. Professor Reshnishek is an exceptional teacher, even as a substitute. Sigh. Look here, it's easy. Notes. It's all about change. Yes, I kind of got that. This looks like my joke. My book. My notes. Jesus. I'll remember her joke at the start of the lesson. Which one? What do you get when you cross a mosquito with a mountain climber? Nothing. You can't cross a vector and a scalar. Scalar? But how is that supposed to... I guess it'd be a scalar because of the mountain. Okay. Supposed to help me understand. Don't know. I just like the joke. I know how it helped me. I would do this kind of crap in my notes because I had this thing where like I realized that if I made associations, I would remember things by association, and so I created a whole fantasy world in my philosophy books, and I got an A+. And I just thought of all the fantasy relationships and races and cultures, and each one had a different philosopher as their kind of the backbone of the idea, and then I just thought about how I would work out a story using the fantasy world. Worked out. Then I just had to remember names. Okay, the elves are, the dwarves are, and then we're good. So it works. It works. The brain does some funny stuff, man. Scribbles. I have no clue what I was trying to write down here. Looks like something about monkeys. And is that a drawing of cake with a symbol of pi on it? Of course it is. Oh, recap. Achievement. Okay. We got a monkey and a cake and scribbles and a monkey. And is that a drawing of... Yep. Explain the lesson. Look here. We're going to go like this, and then you see we're going to get to the end, but I can also go to the beginning. Alpha is the omega and omega is the alpha. The destination of the secondary change is the inverse function of change. What? Imagine a dog that really needs to pee. What? Just listen for a second, would you? If the dog pees, the liquid will be gone. That's genius. Oh, for crying out loud. I wasn't finished, you blockhead. Oh, right. Go on. So Rezhneshek's theory basically asks the question, can the amount of liquid change but stay the same? And the question is answered by the secondary change. If the dog drinks water while peeing, the amount of liquid would stay the same, hence forming a new state over time, a Rezhneshek state. Jesus. I think your explanation is all wet. I give you higher mathematics, you give me puns. Why are you being stupid about it? Oh. Well, I'm just here for the jokes. And that is what separates us from other sciences. We are looking beyond how something appears. We look for a deeper truth about the world, in everything it is and everything it could be. That reminds me of a joke. A theologian, a physician, and a mathematician watch 3 people go into an empty room. After a while, 5 people exit the room. The theologian exclaims, "It's a miracle." The physician scoffs. Clearly, there's been a measuring error. Finally, the mathematician proclaims, If another two go in, no one would be in the room. If another two go in, no one would be in the room. Fuck this. I confess I don't understand. I don't think you're strong about mathematicians here. I guess her joke don't travel well. I confess I don't understand. Maybe not. But she did change a lot at the university. I remember when my cousin wanted to study physics. I'm sure there's some math in there. Many months ago. May I help you, sir? I'm here to speak to a member of the Radius. Are you indeed? They are a private gathering and are not to be disturbed, especially by a student. Fine, then I would like to use a lavatory, if that's all right with you. Surely not. I shall not be fooled again. Ugh. It's very important that I see the Radius. Young man, you are not getting in that room unless you pass a test. I've had some bad experiences in the past. Very well. What is your test? Tell me the names of 3 members of the Radius. We got Worm. Correct. We have, well, we used to be Shell. We have Roach, Cancer Man. Correct. And we have Shell. Now, it used to be, not William. William was not there. Professor Shell. Incorrect. There is no Professor Shell in this. Of course there is. That's who I want to see. There is no one by that name in the Radius. Good day. Wait. Oh. I meant, of course, Professor Rezhneshek. Oh, well, my bad. How you could forget Miss Emma, I don't know. She is the heart and soul of the Radius. A lovely woman. Well, may I enter now? No. What? Why not? I passed your test. Well, perhaps. But no, you called Fräulein Emma by the wrong name. So you mustn't know her very well. Which means I will not let you enter the Radius. Please, leave now. Ugh. Damn it. Why do I not remember if William was one of them? What's wrong? Can't you find the door? Fine. I won't bother the Radius. But I'm hungry and thirsty. I would like a seat. You would not send away a paying customer, would you? Of course not. Thomas, could you show the gentleman to a table? And do keep an eye on him. Certainly. Follow me, Mynheer. Okay, how am I going to trick this dude? Here you are. Take a seat. I will be right back. Ha! I don't think so. Now I just need to get past him and into the Radius. Old man. Unmoving. Maybe he's dead. Looks like my old, boring French teacher. He's reading a book, not ordering anything. Just taking up space. Make way for the young, I say. Oh. That's Victor Adler, leader of the Social Democratic Party. If I weren't in a hurry to meet Professor Rezhneshek, I would go And I would go and introduce myself. Debating men. Don't keep an eye on me. They are debating or arguing. Not sure. Oh, I've seen the man on the left before. He was part of a rally in front of the university the other day. What's this? Red carpet. Achievement. Don't know. Okay. Guess looking at her. I don't know. What a beautiful woman. But quite a dull looking companion at her side. He must have a lot of money. Damn, dude. Posters. Lots of beautiful women. I would like to check your cakes. Please walk away from the kitchen. Cakes. I could order one. Maybe that would distract the waiter. Friday cakes. Could distract the waiter. Excuse me. Excuse me? Yes? Why can I not? Let's see. I would like to order a cake. Certainly. What would you like? A piece of torta. See, I lived in Amsterdam for a while, so I had some of the pronunciation was there. Now it's been a long time even for that. So, a piece of satcher torta? Is that satcher torta? Please, torta. Right away. He's distracted. Time to go. I'm gonna go to the restroom and take a hard right. See ya. Just gonna walk straight on through, huh? Yep. And who do we have here? Oh, I do believe that is one of my students. Theodore, isn't it? That's right, Professor Rorschach. Well, come on in. What can I do? What can we do for you? Oh, I'm walking. Sorry. Professor Rorschach, I would like to talk to you. Theodore, it's good to see you. I apologize for bursting in on you like this. What can I help you with? Where's Professor Nenner? What? No, you came here to see her. I have a favor to ask of you. Oh? I have a cousin who wants to study physics at the university. Bravo! But why come to me? Maria is a girl. A woman. Almost a woman. Ah. Then I understand all too well. Is she bright? Like the sun at midday? She wants to follow in the path of Marie Curie. Curie? Is that not maybe a C? Curie? Curie? Alright. Bright and ambitious then. Please tell her to come talk to me. I promise I will do whatever I can to see that she is allowed to enroll. Thank you, Professor. Where's Nenner? I don't know. Oh, she's in the thing now. He's been missing for a while now. Yes. Sorry. Well, goodbye then. Thank you. A photograph of members of the radius. An image of Professor Rorschach is attached to it. Oh, that's nice. Old man. Hey, old man. Excuse me. Professor Roach? Is that you? Yes. Oh, but you're not smoking. Have you given up? No. I have a cold I can't seem to shake. Cough. Ah. I hope you get well soon. How's the cough achievement? We're just racking up achievements now. Good day to you, Professor Zauer. Good day to you, too. I want to speak to Professor Rorschach. Do I look like Professor Rorschach? Please conclude your business with her and leave. Professor Elric always stays awake during his evening seminars. Now I know how he does it. He naps in the afternoons. Snore. I rest my case. I must return to Serbia soon. To Kragujevac. Why? Politics. What is a mathematician to do with politics? I will remember to ask that when I get there. How long will you be gone? I doubt I will be coming back. But, but who will I argue with? What will I do? I wonder if you would do me a small kindness. What is it? My cats. I cannot take them with me. Would you take care of them? Your cats. I will try. Thank you. It's not easy to have to leave them behind. At least I will have something to remember you by. Aw. And argue with. And argue with. Achievement. Returning home. Achievement. Black him up. Let's, can I get to the, nope, the carpet, the fireplace, no, the seat, no. The blackboard, no. I am done here to talk to Reshnishek again. Reshnishek. What can I help you with? Nothing. I guess I've done what I've come to do. I have nothing else. You have nothing else for me here. Ooh, table. The table is full of table. Where? And an empty bottle of wine. Let's see if my cake is ready. If I can just escape this table. There we go. Oh. Professor Roshnishek's vote was all it took. The faculty would grumble and wave their arms as usual, but in the end the professor almost always prevailed. Maria was allowed to enroll. She was an actual professor? Not officially, no. But that's what the students called her. And even some of the faculty members. A remarkable woman. I remember when she was leaving the university to write this book. Oh. This is neat. Oh, the picture. Several months ago. Professor, why must you go to Manchester? Because my students all need me. What? Because my students all need so much attention. Where would I find the time to write my book? Well, I, for one, don't want to accept this change. I'll miss you. I'll miss you all, too. We need something to remember you by. I would have thought the mark I gave you on your last exam would be enough, Richard. Something to remember her by. Hold on. Yeah, photographer? Oh, a photographer. We should take a picture. However, this man is currently talking to the photographer. So, move him. Pardon me. Excuse me? He doesn't seem to hear me. Young boy? Hello, boy. Good morning. Could you and your father move? He's busy. I can see that. But I really need to talk to the gentleman. That's a photographer. Yes. Well, you have to wait, just like me. Wait, and I get it. Can you help me? I'm bored. If you get me something to play with, maybe I'll help you. I don't suppose you like vegetables. Ick, no. You can just wait. You know, that's apparently what good boys do. I think Lucas has something that might entertain the boy. I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna go. Where's Lucas? 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 Could I have some of those snap bangs? Oh, that's old. I don't want to cause a riot. There are always police patrolling. Yeah, maybe not a good idea. Don't worry, it'll be fine. What do you want from them for? It's complicated, but I don't need many. Maybe just 5. All right. But I don't have a lot more after that. Oh, come on, dude. I don't know. This actually sounds like a bad idea now. Be careful with them, all right? Of course. I don't know this. Sounds like a bad idea. You are such an inspiration to me, Professor. Maybe we could have some sort of a keepsake. Professor? Yes, Theodore. When are you leaving? The day after tomorrow. So soon? Yeah. Manchester is eager to have me, and I'm eager to work on my book. But never mind that. I'm here with you to spend one last day with my students. So let's enjoy it. What about Professor Zahler? We're working together on a new proof, but you're leaving. I think communication through mail will be easier for both of us. Written formula are so much quieter than yelling at one another. Have you heard from Maria? Of course. She's as smart as she claimed. She's incredibly invested in her studies. Professor, you would do well to follow her example. Professor, I'm teasing Theodore. You also are a talented student, of course. Of course. If you'll excuse me. Calculated achievement. Okay, let's go talk to the police first, maybe. Can we please warn them that we're about to do this stupid thing? That sounds like gunshots. I'm glad the market is becoming safer. There were a lot of shady people here, according to the papers. Looks like they also closed up a couple of stalls. Oh no, was he one of the shady people? I'm glad the market is becoming safer. Okay, well, should I do it? Let's talk to the photographer. Okay, let's talk to the young boy. It's the young boy's fault. They weren't mine. Throw him under the bus. Here, I have something for you. If you throw them on the ground, they go push. Oh, gimme. But you should only throw one at a time. Where did you get that? That's enough. Let's go. Works every time. Did not go as I hoped, but at least no riot. And now I can talk to the photographer. Calculated. Excuse me. Yes. Could you take a group picture of me and my friends over there? Of course. Just gather everyone together in front of the camera. I've had enough of blackboards for today. Besides, the vegetable vendor wouldn't be too pleased if we filled this blackboard with our mathematical ingenuity. Take a group picture. How about a picture? Perfect. A secondary change to maintain the state we're in right now. I wonder if everything will change now. 321 kilometers to go. Talk to this dude. Farm boy, excuse me. Yes. What brings you on this train today? Me? My family. I'll be sending them money. That's very noble of you. I'll finally be able to help support them. Do you play the harmonica or only polish it? Wow. Do you know any other songs? I know one. I could try. I know that piece, the Lion's Song. Wilma composed it. I know it as well. You can walk across the university without hearing someone rehearsing it in the music school, or humming it on the way to class. She's my sister. Oh right, then Mozart. And Mozart is my uncle. I can usually tell when someone is lying to me. I think our friend here speaks the truth. Nonsense. Look at his clothes. A farmer's idea of dressing well. Dude. Okay, never mind. Tell me about your sister. Wilma didn't always live in Vienna. She grew up on a farm with Mama, Papa, and me. But one night, that all changed. Tell us. Clap, clap. A few years ago. We have to hurry, Otto. Papa told us to be home before 10. I'll collect the money. Oh, neat. Old man, sure. The young one plays well. Wilma is self-taught, and she writes many of her own songs. What's that you say? She's elf-taught. Do you think I'm daft? I suppose elves made her violin. She taught herself to play, and Papa bought her violin and milk. Oh. Well, here then. Thank you. I'm glad you liked what you heard. Oh, that's neat. Talk to these. Tough-looking man. Okay. Drinking man. Send your sister over, boy. I have something I'd like to discuss with her. Wilma just plays. I collect the money. If you enjoy the song, should you spare a few kronen? I guess I misunderstand you. Wilma just plays. I collect the money. Yeah, I want to talk to her about playing something. Oh, a little something with me. She plays the violin for money. That's all. Now pay up or shut up. Watch your mouth, twig, or I'll snap you in two. You just try it, huh? Oh my god. Sir? Sir, my songs are meant to soothe, not sour. I'm sure Otto and my papa and my three uncles would not take kindly to anyone who spoiled the mood. She's right. There are a fearful lot of dwarfles. Don't you want your money? Oh, yes. Here. Money for the music. Thank you. Please give my regards to your wife. Oh. I could have beaten him. Someday I'll show you how strong I am. Stranger. Innkeeper. So the innkeeper first. Interesting. Yep. How did you like the music? That was a good show, yep. Your sister's quite talented. Thank you. One beer, please. Some money for the music? I let her play here. Yep, I did. Isn't that enough? But you said you liked the music. Yep, I did. And I was just talking to this wealthy-looking gentleman over here. Have I introduced you? Let's not ask for a beer. I don't know why. Just don't want it. Feels like he's too young. And he looks like he should have at least some coin on him. This is Professor Kavan. He has an offer for Wilma. And what do you want with my sister? Young man, I assure you, my intentions are honorable. Oh, I'm Arthur Kavan. Here's my card. As you see, I'm a professor of musical theory from Vienna. It was only by chance that Professor Kavan stopped at the inn on his way to Salzburg. He was very impressed with Wilma's songs, and told us he would try and arrange a scholarship for her. At the institute where he taught, it was a dream come true for her, one our parents could not have paid for. She must have been thrilled with the opportunity. Her composition, she must have been thrilled at the opportunity. Her compositions were that good even then? No, thrilled at the opportunity. She wasn't, though. Our farm and village were all she knew. Vienna sounded big and terrifying. What was it like growing up with a prodigy like Wilma? A prodigy, Wilma. She was years older than Mozart. Most girls her age were already married. Okay then, what was it like growing up with your big sister? Well, of course big sisters are given to younger brothers to tease. She could hear music even when none was played. I guess it came from inside her. She'd close her eyes and listen, lost to the world. And naturally, you were respectful of that. Well, no. It was the perfect time to steal her violin and hide it. That was falling leaf. Several years ago, I'll show them that I can play too. All right. It's right there. I just need to wait for the right moment. Stone. Back here, Wilma should not be able to see me. Where's the grasshopper? I saw a grasshopper. Stop. Careful now. I figured I'd go with the music, humming. Any of the music? Any of the? Okay. Otto. Wait, so she caught me. Without a sound achievement. I'm telling you, it wasn't easy. It took skill and daring to steal that violin. Where did you hide it? Oh, someplace out of the way, but safe. I didn't want anything to happen to it. Again. So now you play an instrument too? Did you take up the harmonica because of your sister? I guess I did in a way. My papa gave it to me. I'm not very good at it, at least not as good as Wilma. There was always music in her. I sense another story. Well, you ask a lot of questions. I'm a journalist. Well, at least I was. There isn't much more to tell. It was after Wilma got her violin. We don't have much, so naturally, I was jealous. Oh, he's taking notes. Just noticed. May has come, and the trees blossom. And now clouds float in the blue skies, and a spring song is sung. Well done. Many years ago. Both of you. Play it again. Wilma, what is it? Did we miss a note? No. You played it as written. We sang it as written. Here we go again. Then what is wrong? Can't you hear it, Papa? This passage here. And now clouds float. Clouds. The notes are so boring. We all sing it like that. I want to sing it the same way. But it's boring. Now hold on, both of you. Papa, you need to play better notes. Can't you hear how exciting it could be? Arrgh. Show me. Me? Oops. Oh, it said don't let her play or you play, Papa. It doesn't really. No, Wilma. Let your sister try auto. Fine. Didn't really matter. It's all right. Show us. Like this. That's very good. Interrupt. It's not our song anymore. No, I don't want to interrupt. Does it matter? Can I not interrupt? No, I have to interrupt. It's not our song anymore. The notes don't have to be so well matched. Each can have its own life. Aha. Go on, keep playing. Wait. Then we should change what we sing too. Oh? What do you have in mind? I can come up with something too. Let's see. Wilma. My sister is dumb. Auto. We will not sing that. Brother and sister achievement? Oh. What a silly bastard. Window. The clouds are gone. Let's see if I can. Flowers. And flowers have sprung. And we're sitting and singing. And my papa is strong. That was not bad, actually. For the first try. Alright. You can sing that if you want. Now, Wilma, play. There. Can you play it like this? No. You're right. The violin is yours, Wilma. Play it. Make your music. Sigh. She trembled. Looked down at the violin in her hands. Her eyes were shining. That was the beginning. I wonder when I'll hear another concert. There will always be music, my friend. Even here. .104 kilometers left. Oh, third act. Excuse me. Franz Markert? You know him? Yes, I know him. And his work. Quite well, as a matter of fact. Although, we've never met. Oh. Hmm. A few months ago. Humming. This copy is coming along nicely. Hack. Greta is showing my latest portrait this evening at the saloon. I'm very proud of you. Turn the painting before he sees it. Before they see it, hide. Murkert, may have seen you before. Carry on as if they aren't even coming your way. It's like sweat coming off his brow there. Hide. Murkert may have seen you before. I'm gonna hide. A tough subject, as you'll see. I'm sure you captured him or her admirably. Murkert himself in another exhibition? More work for you, Paul, old fellow. He is a thief. Thanks for inviting me, Murkert. Oh. Oh, no. Hold it right there. Huh? Oy vey. Oh, what? He's right behind me. Where am I going? I need to hide somewhere. Oh, my eye is twitching. Terrible timing. I need to hide somewhere. Hold on, he's right behind you. Hold on, just relax. Is there anywhere I can actually click? Oh, the buildings are different. They used to be like, they used to be taller, like the apartment and stuff like that. Okay, here, let's just, you won't escape this time. Uh-oh. Stop, Weber. No! It doesn't matter. Oh, awkward. Sir? You dropped your painting. How can this be? Hold it right there. You keep it. What is it? It's one of mine. Stop, Weber. This is a misunderstanding. Oh, fine, let's go this way. Nicole. Oh, nice. Oh? Have you seen a little girl? Sigh. She's running away again. Oh. She can't be running from you. All I have seen is an angel. Standing right in front of me. Excuse me? You're beautiful. Sir? I asked you about a little girl. Nicole. So it was your gorgeous voice echoing through the streets, calling me here to you. What? I take it your name is Nicole then as well? My dear, you can call me whatever you desire. My name is Paul. You can call me whatever you desire. What I desire is for you to tell me whether you've seen Nicole or not. You daredevil? Romeo. Man of your dreams. Man of my nightmares, more like. Now that you mention it, I did see a little girl. Which direction did she go? I could tell you. For a kiss, but promise I'll meet you again if you tell me your name. I don't think so. Damn it. Oh, gotta go. Remember me. Okay. Oh wait, don't run that way. Wait, is that me? Which one's me? Is that me? Yes. Here, go this way. No! I've got you now. Damn it. I didn't know which one was me. Which one was me? Halt. You cannot escape. Hide in the crowd. You're coming with me. Oh my. Oh, damn it. I wonder. I encounter the Murkerts often, but I was beneath their interest. I was invisible to them, probably because I'm not a very outgoing person. I decided that should change. So you are a street artist? You copy famous paintings for the tourists? Something like that. Murkert's early works weren't as sophisticated as his later portraits. It feels as if he were an overnight sensation. I like to think the people around him, his patron Greta, Alana, Zach, and even I, in my own small way, helped him evolve so quickly. But you mentioned Murkert took no notice of you. We were never formally introduced, but I made my presence felt. A few weeks ago. I wonder, is this the right place? Over there, Gustav Klimt. Is that Wilma? Can that be Lausensack, the critic? Oh, there's Markert. Let's go to Markert right away. Oh, there's Markert. Oh, Gustav Klimt. Tee. Wilma Dorfel. Certainly not. The young lady accompanied Professor Cavan. Can that be Lausensack, the critic? Of course, that is Fraulein Lausensack. Everyone knows her. You oaf. What did you call me? Who's that person? A failed artist? Or a beggar? Maybe both? Yes, this is definitely the place. Such a distinguished audience. Ugh. Dressed like this. I'll stand out like a donkey among racehorses. I knitted skies. Clothes make the man. Cloak rat? I don't think anyone would mind me borrowing that jacket. Well, that works. Hey, waiter. Oh, dear. And who might you be? Collector? Of what? Lice? Well, but then again, I do not care. Just so that, you know, they'll kick you out if you keep wandering about in these clothes. Flipped. My jacket needs a finishing touch. A tie, maybe. A tie, maybe. Go back to the coat, right? Wearing additional coats won't help me fit in. Where's the tie? Where's the... Oh, napkins. Nice. One of these might serve as a stylish scarf. There. Almost coder. Can I grab a piece of wine or something? Here, I'm just going to walk through. Who is that? He certainly does not belong in here. Son of a... I should get a glass. That's what I want. I thought I was going to try to get a glass. This wine right here, that's sparkling. Fine. Hey, waiter, get me a glass of wine. Excuse me? I seem to have misplaced my glass. Here you go, mynheer. Cheers. Perfect. Don't drink it all right now, dummy. There we go. I should try to blend in by talking to some of the guests. Maybe someone knows who his latest subject is. Klimt. My dear Gustav, yes. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. How do you know Franz Markert? Well, I discovered him. Were you not here when I introduced him? I'm afraid my aunt was terribly sick that day. I'm sorry to hear that. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. And yours, Herr. Weber. Paul Weber. Ah, yes. Do you know who Markert's latest subject is? Well, we shall see in a few moments, won't we? Please excuse me. Speed click past that by accident. Good evening. Madame. Good evening. Do I know you from somewhere? You don't remember me? I'm terribly sorry, but I can't recall your face. I'm sorry. I can't seem to remember where we met either. Well, if you do, please enlighten me. Where are you going, dude? Dude, I need to find out more about Fraulein Leisner, okay? Let's go to... out here? No? Here? It doesn't look like I'm failing. Okay. Talk to her again. You again. Remember where we met? I'm sorry. I can't seem to remember where we met. When you do, blah, 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 blah. Klimt. Need to find more about Klimt. Gustav, yes, please excuse me. Klimt, shit. Okay. Waiter. When in doubt, talk to the bartender. Waiter. Sigh. More wine, mynheer? Yes, please. Oh, no. Thank you. Shit. Oh, was there something on the other side of the room that I could probably hear? You would happen to know something about our guests here. What would you like to know? Oh, there we go. What is Fraulein Lausensack like? She is a genius if I ever saw one. Painting is easy. What? But distinguishing art from the mundane, I am not sure I quite agree. And real from fake, that is hard. Well, if you put it that way, some imitations are indeed quite good. What? You have missed my point entirely. Never mind. Can you tell me something interesting about mark art? I'm afraid the answer to that request is no. Do you often work at events like these? I used to have a job at events like these. Yes, when I'm not serving at the cafe, it wasn't as great, pompous as this, but I try to focus on it, but it's pretty pretentious. Pretty pretentious, this scene. I try to focus on events of cultural significance. How can you tell what's culturally significant? Oh, you must be joking. Just look at the people that are gathered here. The creme de la creme of Vienna. The last time I saw them all in one place was when I waited tables at Eric Klimt's birthday. Ah, interesting. It is, isn't it? Well, thank you. Klimt's birthday. Fraulein Launissac must have been there as well. That's where we met. Yeah, at the party. So many there. You must excuse my hazy memory. It's no trouble. What did you want to speak to me about? Tell me about Marzark's latest. Who Marzark will paint next? Who knows? He is a driven person. There can be no doubt about that. It is hard to predict what will next pique his interest, so I've noticed. Was there anything else? I was wondering about Margaret's latest subject. Just between the two of us, do you know who the latest subject is? You will see soon enough, will you not? Nevertheless, from what I hear, he or she was a challenging subject. I can tell you that it's someone you're quite familiar with. Oh, most interesting. Was there anything else? Tell me about what you've been doing lately. Oh, a rather personal question, wouldn't you say? I'm sorry, it's just that I so look forward to your critiques. Aha. Well, I'll leave you be. Excuse me. Still don't want to talk, huh? Can I come into this side of the room? Or are you gonna... I think they're about to start. Keep painting, Markert. We can make a fortune together. You are an art dealer? I sell paintings, yes. Nice. Here's my card. I'm always pleased to welcome new patrons. Wow. Yes, and I've sold a couple of yours already here, Clint. Oh, damn. Savage. Since none of us know what tomorrow may bring, I may as well confirm that you are what you already suspect. I am a forger. You copy an artist's work, then sell it as an original? Only fine art understand. There's so much dreck on display these days. I copy only the best. You've copied more than one Merkert, I take it? How could I not? Merkert was a dream come true. I copied several of his earliest works, then sold them to rich tourists who knew no better. But you saw the error of your ways. But tourists are in short supply these days. But you've decided to concentrate on your own inspirations? Try that one. Inspiration. Shall I list for you the artist whose work was only discovered after they were dead? I'd rather not wait for my rewards. Wow, my mistake. What were you going to say? He outgrew both himself and, unfortunately, me. Ladies and gentlemen, please gather around. It is time for the unveiling of Franz's latest work. Who will it be? Any ideas? His subjects are from all classes, all walks of life. It's going to be this dude. From that, because near the end of his thing, he could like look at someone and then he could capture them based on like memory or so. Like he didn't have to have them as subjects in front of him. It's impossible to know. I hope it's a man. It said he has affairs with all his female models. What you mean is you hope he paints you. Well, of course I would be honored. Oh. Wow. That's in the future. That's in the future. Oh, I did say that, didn't I? I said I was going to paint her, and then that's what it ended off with, him painting her. I knew at once there was no way I could copy that. Okay. Have you seen his most recent paintings? Yes. His work has turned darker of late, as if the light were going out of the world. 22 kilometers left. Gentlemen, you have done the impossible. You have taken my mind from our destination. I thank you. Not so fast. You are a journalist. You must have a story to tell. Nice. Alas, it is a short one. I wanted to write, but my family was against it. A baron's son must naturally be in the military, so I couldn't continue writing. I wish I had a story like one of yours. All four of us certainly headed for a story of some kind. All right, yours will be somewhat different, I think. How do you mean? We three are enlisted men. Fifth Army here. Oh, look at that. The same. Fifth Army, yes. Headed for the camp west of Drina River. But you are an officer. Sixth Army, yes. It's that obvious? Not only that, but you boarded the train at Wiener Neustadt. The military academy is there. I'm ill prepared to be a soldier of any kind. 6 months training to be a leader of men. I suppose it goes without saying, but I'd rather write. Write the stories we've told you. They are a record of a life we may never see again. Jesus. Write what you see in the coming weeks, months. Someone must write it down so that there will never be another war like it. I think it will be over soon, don't you? No, I don't. But I agree. Write the stories we told if you feel they have value. But write, too, of the men you lead. Their stories matter even more. Otto, you are going to war to support your family? It's why Wilma left home. Now it's my turn to help. But I have no talents to speak of. It doesn't take much talent to point the rifle and pull the trigger. More than you might think, young man. I'll tell you this. I'm no coward. I'll be at the front of the charge. Ah, that does not take talent. Think about what you just said. I believe you. Think about what you just said. If he wants to die, let him. Yes, your sister had a talent, but she did not just waltz on top of the stage. It took time and effort to become who she is now. But in the end, she fled home, all the same. All opportunities squandered. I gave my word. I'll fight until my last breath if I must. Playing the hero. What's wrong with that? I can see you work yourself up. You think you're ready for battle? Your blood is on fire. I can see you're working yourself up. And why not? I'm going to war. You must prepare for what's coming. How did your sister prepare for writing her song? She wrote to me once about a friend that she called. He was there for her when she was all alone. But who do I have? Your comrades in arms must trust you, just like your family trusted Wilma. That song will remind you of home, of family, friends, loved ones. I won't let them down. You will if you rush headlessly into the enemy fire. You cannot be thoughtless. To be thoughtless is to be blind. Blind? I don't understand. Find the calm deep inside you. You've been in this situation before, your story. The men at the inn where your sister played. Your family needed the money, and you swallowed your anger and took it. I never should have taken that money. Staying calm. You make it sound so easy. It's not. It's the most difficult thing there is. Wilma's choices seem to have had great influence on your life. Even watching from the sidelines, I was changed. Will you think about what I said? Yes, I will. Paul, what are you on this trip? Why are you on this train? I'm not interested in hearing your platitudes. You help me, let me help you. You can't. Why? Tell me why you enlisted. I didn't, Lieutenant. Oh, I was drafted. That was easy. Theodore, why did you enlist? Because war is madness. Oh, that makes so much sense. How do wars start? Greed for wealth or land, fear of those who are not like us and therefore must mean us harm, revenge for a zealot's bullet. And you think you can stop all that? Probably not. Not by myself anyway, but I thought I could at least try. I know that sounds foolish. Do you mean you have political ambitions? I don't know why I asked that. Yes. Oh. Who makes the decision to make wars? Oh shit! I clicked too fast. Politicians, not soldiers. If more politicians spent time facing an enemy bayonet to bayonet, maybe they would try harder to find another solution. Correct. A solution like you did with that photo when your professor was leaving. Instead of lamenting, you took charge into your own hands. Precisely. You sound very passionate about this. And naive, I suppose. It seems you have a gift with words. Your professor taught you well, maybe. And still she disguised that shell. I will speak only the truth, no shams and no disguises. What stops you from doing that? I want to inspire the people. But I don't know if I am brave enough. You have courage. I see it in you. You see more in me than I do. Naturally. Just like Razhnishek. How so? Wouldn't you call it brave? That your professor took over Nanner's classes? Yes, of course. Extraordinarily so. But how am I brave? You're putting your life on the line for your beliefs. And what if people listened? What do I know? How do I know that what I'm proclaiming is what's right? You're a scientist, are you not? What of it? You can't know you're right. But when there's a new data, you adapt your theory. Razhnishek did in the duel with Zahler, remember? She could have destroyed her career. But something changed in that lecture hall. She acknowledged his efforts and respected him. Yes, together they accomplished so much more. I wish I could be as sure as you are. You studied mathematics. You understand odds. Of course. I would bet on you. I'm sure your professor would too. It does sound like something she would do. Based on all you've told us, it seems the changes she brought were not just for her, but for everyone. What do you mean by that? She did not just focus on her own theories. She changed something in others around her through her teaching. Change. And I can too. She taught you change. We're almost there. Then I must change. My men must see me in uniform. You're coming to the station. Where's Paul? He left just after you did. Oh, jeez. I don't think he'll be joining us at the front. He won't. If he gets shot deserting. He must still be on the train, though. I will go and look for him. Oh, jeez. What a dummy. Compartment door. Oh, this one. Paul. Oh, that was the empty one? Oh, wow. You're leaving us? Are you going to try and stop me? You never told us if you painted your own pictures. Why would I? I'm a forger. For a friend? Someone you love? Or for yourself? Not for profit, just for you? No. Why would anyone look at them? I'm a nobody. What makes you think you know me, son of a baron? Stop running away. Murkert confronted his battles head on. What battles? Did he fight someone with a brush? On guard. He painted his greatest critic. Touché. Nice how they brought this, because I had two choices. I could swear it. The train is slowing. Will you sound the alarm? No. It's your decision. You were right. You'll make a good leader. I'll do my best. Please leave me now. I have a decision to make. Effectively saying if you run your shot. So I mean, it's your choice. I'm glad you reconsidered, Paul. Gentlemen, we go to different battles, but I would be proud to have you in my command. I will do everything in my power not to fail my men. If I fail them, I would be failing you. My name is Albert Vogel. Everyone calls me Bert. Paul Weber. Otto Durfel. Theodore Lechner. I wonder how much of that was based on actual history people. A Lion's Heart achievement. In 1914, shortly after the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, men were drafted. It was the beginning of the First World War. Otto went to war to defend his family and his country, but he got to see his parents again, and Wilma. She went home. Maybe, I don't know. Neat. Paul stopped running away, committing to something for the first time in his life. He returned to Frida. And a few years later, that commitment turned into a small, happy family. In the 4 years of war, something inside of Theodore changed. Pursuing a career in politics, he swore to prevent another war at all costs. For a short amount of time, Wilma's music was a huge success. She was the darling of all Vienna. But one day, Wilma returned to her hometown. While she never stopped writing music, she took up teaching it. One late autumn afternoon, a woman stepped into Leo's Potani's Inn. She sat down silently when asked what she'd like to have. She smiled and answered, "A plate of your world-famous dumplings, Leos." The music that brightened the early years of the 20th century fell silent after the outbreak of the war. Franz Merkert must have done something to change his grandfather's mind. He began climbing again soon after his grandson's success. Franz became a central member of a new art movement in Vienna. His unique view of the world inspired many across all disciplines. Franz was drafted 1 year after the war broke out. In the brief quiet before dawn, he drew the layers of his comrades. In 1918, Gustav Klimt died, marking the end of an era. Emma Roshnischek moved to the United Kingdom, accepting an offer to become lecturer for mathematics at the University in Yorkshire. I know that someone corrected me once. Throughout the 20th century, many scientific discoveries were credited to Emma's proof of the Roshnischek state. That name is going to make me for ages. Emma kept writing to Nicole for the rest of her life. Nicole found she didn't hate quite as many things as she used to. During the war, the University of Vienna was transformed into a military hospital, but lessons continued to be learned wherever students and their teachers could meet. Wow. The First World War came to an end in 1918. The total number of military and civilian casualties amounted to more than 38 million lives. The Lion Song achievement complete. An interesting way to wrap that up. Kind of connecting it all, and oh, let's let this run. Yeah, weaving the story around it all, and yeah, it really makes me wonder if like they took influence from real people, or if they took real world stuff, but then kind of wove fictional characters into that. This is really loud right now, so why am I even talking? It's the same volume. But in any case, I'll let this play out. Now maybe I'll come back and we'll check out the other place. Yeah, this is really loud. I'm just gonna let this play out. And I wonder if this is a real song. This is a pretty song. I got the soundtrack in this bundle too, so looking forward to listening to the soundtrack. So we have 55% also took the money. 85% weren't able to escape police either. I could have escaped. I guess. I mean, if I knew who I was. 79% also use snap bangs, of course. Also encouraged all of the men. Oh, less than half. Huh. All of soldiers mobilized. All soldiers mobilized in World War I were casualties. Oh, that's an interesting. Wait, wow. Nice little stat there. What's this thing do? Replay it to try to change the. I'm afraid to click it right now. Well, we'll do it after. Let's go to the connections gallery. Let's check out this fourth one, and then we'll. Oops. Let's go right in the air. So we have you. Oops. No. Go back. Go back. Go back. So I can't talk to him. Okay, let's walk past him. Oh wait, what's up? Oh, I turned into him. Oh, cool. The boy made it. Otto let himself be calmed by Bert. On their way to the front line, he made it back home to his family. What? Emma sided with Zahler, and the Radius stuck her photograph next to the group photo. Oh. I mean, I saw this photo, but I wonder how I... Okay, the movement. Franz became... Was it the Gustav Klimt's Kiss painting? Became a central member of the new art movement in Vienna. Fairly certain it is. And I'll talk to Greta. See if we can. Oh, we can. Do you paint or create any kind of art yourself? No, I have absolutely no talent whatsoever. What's your background or reason to be an art critic? I went to a strict but good school. There I learned to speak my mind. People soon started asking me for my opinion. I never planned to become a critic. Isn't it hard to make so many enemies? I detest falsehood, but sometimes when I reminisce about a meeting, I fear that I might have been kinder in my wording. I got a couple harsh. I mean, it could be rough. It could be rough. How did the art world change after Franz's art? Everything changed and nothing did. There were these bright sparks of new ideas, a glimpse of what art could and should be. Then came the war, and with it the fear, and in the wake the stupidity of day-to-day survival. Well, goodbye. Now, if I go into these rooms as him, what happens? Do I get to continue? Do I speak to these people as him? No. Let's see. Yeah, no. Just checking. All right, and so with that, I think we're going to be wrapping this one up. I'm probably going to do runs. I got, let's see, 42 out of 86 achievements, so there's stuff to do. There's stuff to try to get, so this will take me time, and it would be really for achievement hunting, but also just to kind of see. I would like to do his over, because part of me was like, I want to paint my portrait. Like, I want to get that right, and I feel like I can get it. Like, you know, like, I think these two I must have gotten right, because presumably, like, there was a comment made where it sounded like she had a great performance, and I'm thinking maybe you could have, like, maybe something could have gone wrong there. I don't know. And with her, I think the calculation stuff, like near the end, maybe might not have gone as well, like the debate. But with him, I feel like, not that he failed, but I feel like he could have gotten Greta at the end or something. Like there was like some sort of thing I could have, like if I did my portrait, I might have been able to do it. And I feel like I could have read the characters better and tried to kind of play the system that way. He's the only one I have that. I feel like I almost I knew I was making decisions where I was like, oh, this is probably not what they want me to choose, but I'm going to choose it because that's a character I was kind of in the mindset of. But I should have maybe meted the game a little bit. So even on my personal time, I might do Franz over. But in any case, I'll see. Maybe I'll hit record. I don't know. But right now, the series is over. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for checking this out. This is a very, very fun little game, and I hope they make more. I mean, this music is awesome too. Like I said, I think I would have kept it in. I'm going to be checking out the original soundtrack for this game. I love this the violin track on it. So I like the palette. I like the pixel art. I like the game. I enjoyed it. It's pretty simple. I'm not usually one for a lot of speaking games, but I was kind of like looking into possibly starting some, but I didn't know if I felt comfortable. Not comfortable. It's not even a comfort thing. It's just like talking, because I don't talk in different voices and stuff like that, and I didn't think it'd be that interesting, right? But I was actually pretty immersed in all of these stories, to be honest. I don't know how it came across, like in as an LP, but it didn't turn out that bad. So we'll see what happens in the future. I will catch you in the next stack of episodes. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, everybody. Peace.